So I'm not for sure if you've been aware that there's a lot of scams going around in Africa, and it's not being done by Africans. It's actually by diasporans that are in the continent, and they're stealing and scamming money from other people that are wanting to relocate to Africa. So in this video, I'm going to break down like how to not get scammed in Zambia. And this is to the best of my knowledge for what I have been in the country for a year now and being able to do things in the country legally. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hey, Jason here. If you're new to the channel, I have now been an expat slash nomad for over 10 years. I am on my fourth country, third continent, here in the southern region of Africa in Lusaka, Zambia. One of the things I started doing is sharing things that I've learned along this 10-year journey. And most importantly, if you're an expat or thinking about becoming one, why you should be looking into Lusaka, Zambia. And so as the title of this video said is, how do you avoid being scammed? Unfortunately, there are a lot of scammers out here and they're not African. I always tell a lot of people like the most likely you're going to get scammed is going to be by a fellow American, and they're going to look like you. They're going to be able to relate to you, and they're going to be hitting you with these sob stories and stuff to get you to where you're having that empathy for them. I've been, like I said, fourth country, third continent. I've been around long enough now. I've been around expat communities long enough now. This is why I don't hang around a lot of them. A lot of people who are considered to be diasporans that are moving around from country to country, all of them are not good people. And some of them just don't know how to be able to do it successfully because it does take money. Like, I'm not going to sit here and make that a little subject. Like, you need to have consistent money on every single month. Like, even if you're coming with a lump sum, if you do not know how to budget, and if you do not know how to make that money go make money for you, you're going to have problems long term. I personally have a military pension. I'm an Iraqi war veteran. I served successfully for the United States military, and I have my pension. So that is how I'm able to survive and maintain myself. But everybody doesn't have that luxury. And while I'm saying luxury, don't think that I didn't earn that. I went to war and I fought hard for that, like not being murdered and all these other things that was going on while at war. And look, I get it, man. It's tough out here. I get being in the United States is tough, but it's never an excuse to try to fund your dreams on the back of other people's money. And nobody likes a scammer. Just ask yourself, do you like being scammed? Most likely the answer is no. So why would you scam someone else? Now, one of the things that I love about Lusaka, Zambia is once you are legally in this country and you're registered through their permit, I did the retirement permit, you have the laws at your side just like any other Zambian native. Now, you can listen to me on this, please. There is nothing you can do in Zambia. This is the entire country. I'm not just speaking of Lusaka. There is nothing you can do in this entire country of Zambia if you do not have an NRC. That is a national registration card. Just blocking my number off. This is what the national registration card looks like, front and back. This is what you need to have. If you do not have one of these, you cannot do anything here. You cannot purchase land. You cannot open a business. You cannot buy a house. There is nothing you can do. You can't even open a bank account. I know there's going to always be people say, well, there's a loophole. You can do this, you can do that, or put this money. They're lying to you. Please listen to me. I do not want you to get scammed. I do not want to hear any horror stories of someone saying, Jay, I came to Zambia, man. They got me for this. They took me for that. They are lying to you. Do not depend on getting a permit under anyone else. It doesn't matter if it's a business, a corporation, or anything. If it is not a corporation you are directly working for in the United States that's transferring you here, do not do that. You're putting yourself at the mercy of people who do not care about you. They only want your money. I've already had people telling me like, oh, someone told me that if I just put this money in their bank account, they can get the land for me. They can't do that. They're going to get, if they get land, they're going to put it under their NRC and they're going to keep that land and you have zero legal rights. Please hear me on that. Zero legal rights. One of the things that I value myself and pride myself for is I have always been looking for the opportunities. I've been traveling around the world to be able to do things legally and to where it's affordable. You can do those things here in Zambia. You can open up a business here for less than $100 US. We're talking about legally going in, getting your tax identification number. Once you have your NRC and your valid permit, you can get a tax identification number here through ZRA, which is their like our IRS, and you can do other things. Now, what are some of the other things that you can do here legally? Everything I'm talking about is legally. Here's one of the things, and these are things that I am personally doing, that I'm getting set up. This is, for minerals permit. This is showing you I went up to the Ministry of Minerals to get this. Here is the application. Now, here is the catch for this application here. As a foreign national, you are not allowed to get a minerals permit without a Zambian national on there. You must do these things. So I'm going to read to you right off of the thing. So you can't say Jason's lying to you. You can't say Jason's gatekeeping any information. This is to get a minerals permit. New application for minerals permit. MTP is what they call it. A person wishing to trade in minerals may apply for an MTP to the Director of Mines. Qualification of applicant. A MTP shall only be granted to the following persons. 1, a citizen. 2, a citizen influence company, where 5 to 25% of its equity is owned by citizens, in which citizens have significant control of the management of the company. 3, a citizen empowered company, where 25 to 50% of its equity is owned by citizens. 4, a citizen-owned company where at least 50.1% of its equity is owned by a citizen. Like, you keep hearing they say you have to be a citizen. So you may be like, Jason, how are you able to do this if you're not a citizen? If you saw the parts where it's talking about the equity sharing, I'm able to get with the Zambian, do the application with them. They have 50.1% controlling shares. I have 49.9%. Yes, you're putting yourself at the mercy of someone, so you need to make sure you find someone that you can trust. So you may need to take some time before you do this. You see, I didn't do this the first month I got here just with any person I met off the street. So be careful, do your due diligence. Here's the next thing that you can get into here, next to buying land. This is from Stockbrokers Zambia Limited. I'm showing you, I went up there to talk to them, get information. This is the application so I can start investing in the Lusaka Stock Exchange. All I have to do now is just go to the courthouse and get certified my lease agreement and get also a copy of my NRC, which is your national registration card, certified. All of these things are things that you must do, and you must have an NRC to do them. Now, what are some other things that you can do with an NRC? You can open your bank account. You can start purchasing land. Now, when it comes to land here, you have 2 different types of land. You have title deed land, which is just like land in the United States. And then you have something called traditional land. Traditional land is usually land that is owned by a chief, a headman, someone like that. And both lands are good. Title deed land is more expensive, and it's going to be a lot more expensive if you're looking within the city center itself. Now, if you're going on the outskirts, you're not going to find much title deed land because a lot of people do not do it just because they keep it in their family. And so it's just a place that their family always go to. However, you can purchase land that is traditional. Now, here's the catch with purchasing traditional land. Yes, it's a lot more affordable than purchasing title land. Yes, you're going to get more land for your value, for how much you're paying. However, anyone cannot just come and say, hey, I have some traditional land, I'm going to sell it to you. They have to have approval from the head man, head woman, or the chief. If they do not have approval, they cannot legally sell you that land. And then on top of that, they cannot just show you this land. The head man or head woman must be the ones that are there to show you this land. You have to do things correctly. So if you come in here and someone's just telling you, hey man, I got some traditional land, I'll sell it to you. You need to be asking them, okay, who's the head man? And you're gonna have to do your due diligence on that. You can't just trust everybody. They can just find anybody and say, hey, I'm the head man. So What are some things that could be due diligence? Get a signed contract, get copies of their national registration card. You do things that are legally binding. Do not just hand people over money and then expect them to do right by you. That is not how the world works. You don't do it in your home country. So don't do it in another country. Like, we have to start thinking about these things. Make payments. Do not hand someone a large sum of money. The more money you're handing someone at one given time, the more likely you're getting scammed. And this goes for anyone, especially diasporans. A lot of people, unfortunately, they are using consultation fees or saying, hey, I'm selling you land and all these other things. And they're using that money you're giving them to support their lifestyle. Everyone does not have a pension. Everyone does not have constant cash flow coming in each and every month. I know a lot of these people on YouTube are showing you, oh, I'm living the dream. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Once you've been traveling and been out of the US for as long as me, you can see the scammers a mile away. You can hear the things that just doesn't make sense. And also, like, I want to thank a buddy of mine for sharing a video with me. It was from Kiki Loves Nigeria, because they were telling me how people were going in on some of the scammers out here. And so it's from Kiki Loves Nigeria, and they were talking about these things. And unfortunately, it's sad that videos like this need to be made, but there are people out here that are not genuine. And it's annoying because a lot of these people need your money to support their lifestyle. If you see my videos where I be going in on these beggars, it's like people, I don't know why some people don't want to just work hard. You can set up businesses here. Here's a little thing if you're going to set up a business here. Don't set up a business trying to earn dollars. If you're going to live in a country that don't earn dollars, don't worry about earning dollars. You don't need to. You need to focus on earning whatever that currency is. The currency here is called the kwacha, KWACHA. So you need to be focused on earning kwacha when you're here. Because if you just focus on dollars, you're now getting rid of majority of the population, if not all. And if businesses here are making a lot of money off of the population, why can't you make money off the population? Don't just target the diasporans or expats, repats, whatever they call themselves in that country that you're in. Target everyone. The more business you can get, the more money you can make. That's just business 101 right there. Also, don't get caught up in people's charity scams. Now, I have my thing and I brought it out. Let me show you the bag. I believe in showing proof. So this right here, these are reusable sanitary pads that I'm working with and providing to young girls. And they're reusable. They last up to 18 months. And the goal is to donate them to schools, orphanages, women's prison, and then also out to the villages. So young girls and young ladies do not have to be worried about not being able to take care of themselves when it's that time of the month. Now, that's my charity project. That is something I do out of my pocket. I do not ask for money for it. I have had a few people donate to it. It was because they insisted. I really appreciate them for it. If they ever want me to say their names on here on the channel, I will definitely highlight them for that. But unless they tell me, I'm just going to keep that between us. And so, like, what I do is I'm going to just break it down to you how much I pay. The lady who makes them for me, she charges me 1,000 kwacha, which is maybe $40, $45 US. She makes 100 of them for me. As of right now, I have another 100 US dollars that have came in through donations. So that's well over 200 more that's going to be done. Plus, each and every month, I do my 1,000. And so because it's 100 US dollars, about 2,800 kwacha, I just put the other 200 kwacha on 800. So that's 300 of those that's in the process of being made now, plus another 200 from the last 2 months that I've put aside for her to make more. So that's 500 more sanitary pads that will be getting made. And I'm just waiting on her. Her daughter is getting married right now. If you're not familiar with African traditions and stuff, some of these weddings take forever, man. The planning and all of that, getting the two families together. So literally, just she's doing that with her daughter right now, which is a great thing. And once she finishes, she'll start back working on those. So that's 500 more that's going to be coming in. The goal is for that is to, by the end of the year, not only donate some throughout Zambia, but then I want to take some to Botswana and Maun and donate some there. I know they'll be going out to some villages that could really use that and help the young ladies out there. But like, as you see, like, I'm not doing fundraisers. I'm not like on the channel, like, hey, donate for this cause. No, I'm so grateful for the people that have donated. But at the end of the day, this is my project. This is something I'm doing out of my hard-earned money. Also, with my building that's coming up, the reason why I haven't started building yet, and you're going to see once I start, I'm actually waiting on the land in Chasefu, which is a province in the east, which is not a province, it's a town in the eastern province, about 11 hours from here. And I'm just waiting on the council to approve me because I want to start building there first, then building my house out in this area. And it's just because it's going to be for civil servants and people of that nature. And so it's going to really help them out to where they don't have to be traveling an hour back and forth every single day just to get to and from work. And so once that happens, you will be seeing the progress of that and all of these things. And now the reason why I'm sharing that is a lot of these scammers, they're using like, oh, I'm gonna build this project. It's gonna be for the Israelites, the Hebrewites. It's gonna be for the Pan-Africans, and they're not doing anything. And the main reason they can't do anything is they're not legally in these countries. If you see someone every 3 months or so, they just all of a sudden they have to come up and move and go somewhere, or they're going on a traveling trip. That usually means they do not have legal access in their country, and they're on a 90-day tourist visa, and they're just doing a border run. A lot of countries you can do border runs. You just go back and forth, leave for a few days, and then it resets the number of days you get throughout the year. Some countries like here in Zambia, Botswana, and no, not South Africa, but here in Botswana, they have 90 you get 90 days per calendar year. So those countries are different. And that's why you don't see a lot of those guys come to this area, because they can't even border run here because they only get 90 days per calendar year. And so they would really have to plan that out well to be able to move around and do it correctly. I'm trying to think what else. I want you to be able to understand and identify some of these things so you're not losing your hard-earned money to people who are just scamming you. Because the other thing is, it's going to be hard for you to take legal action. Maybe if you do it through PayPal or some kind of bank transfer, you could have some kind of legal action through the US. But if you're just doing things Cash App, or I don't even know if Zelle will even count, but a lot of these things are not legal tender yet, as far as like to where you're getting backed from if someone's doing something wrong. So like, you have to be cautious. Be very careful who you just sending money to, especially if someone's asking for like a Western Union. Never send anybody Western Union. That's the oldest scammers book in the day. And I'm trying to think if there's anything that I missed. I think that's it for now. But like, if there's more videos you need me to look at and things I need to talk about, because that's how I got this topic. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know all this stuff was really going on, because I'm not very connected to Pan-African, the Israelites, Hebrewites, any of them, or any other really black or pro-black YouTubers. I don't really watch most of them. I have my own select few people that I watch, but most of my stuff is about business. I'm either learning more about real estate development, more about the future of the housing market, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin farming. Those are the things that I really focus on. So like, I don't really know what's all the noise that's out here on the YouTube space. And so I just wanted to share that because, as I've been talking more and more about Zambia and letting people know, I'm saying a lot of people have true interest of getting here. And I keep hearing some horror stories. There's some horror stories out there. This is what I want to say too. Coming to Zambia, you do not need to pay $1,000 US or more for rent. You do not need to pay that. If someone's telling you that's what the minimum cost of renting is here, they're lying to you. I'm just going to tell you they're lying to you. If you're paying 1,000 USD or more, you probably in Kingsland Court. I don't even know if they have independent generators backup for load shedding, but you do not need to pay 1,000 US dollars. I would say at the most, maybe about 500 US dollars, and you're looking at a 3 bedroom, maybe 4 bedroom house. Sometimes those may be standalone or 2 or 3 other houses in the compound with you. Um, yeah, like I just sent some houses today to a couple of people, and not one of those houses was over 400. I don't think any of them was over 450 US dollars. Now, the other catch is here in Zambia, you do pay 3 months rent up front. That is usually 2 months rent and then 1 month security deposit. How they do it here is 3 months rent up front. So you're after you pay the 3 months up front, you do not pay again until your fourth month. So you don't really pay a security deposit. So don't be looking forward to a security deposit once your lease is up. They do it that way. I don't know why. It doesn't really make sense, but that's how they do it. And I think that's it for now. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you have any horror stories or things that people need to look out for, leave those down below in the comment. Just do not call out any YouTubers. Don't call out their names. Don't call out their channels. Just leave the horror story. Just leave it without calling out people. Like, we don't need to be promoting people to go check out what they're saying, because then they may get caught up in some of the marketing slogan, marketing slang they're using, and then be like, oh no, this person's not that bad. Just tell the story. And like, also be careful with YouTubers. There is marketing behind a lot of this. When I was doing, so like, let me just share this before I leave. I had a faceless YouTube channel. It was bringing in a lot of money actually with my health and wellness business. After CC passed away and all of that, I had to close the business. I let the channel go because it wasn't a monetized channel, but it was creating leads. It was a lead generator. And with that, it was using NLP, which is neuro linguistic programming. It was using marketing, slogan, all of these things that I know. I just don't use them on here because I want to talk to genuine and attract genuine, real people. What I'm doing for here in Zambia, I want real people to come here. I'm not looking for the passport bros. I'm not looking for the people who I'm just looking to have a good time and nightlife. What's the nightlife? What's the girls like? I don't care. I'm looking for people who are family centered, family centric, people who are looking to get into business or already business owners, because this area needs entrepreneurs. It needs entrepreneurs here. And there's a lot of opportunities here if you're able to get in here, living here realistically, not spending $1,000 a month, because that's just ridiculous. At the end of the day, this is Zambia. Nothing here, no place here that I've seen because of the amenities around is worth 1,000 US dollars a month. I personally wouldn't pay over 400, but also remember, I'm by myself. Like, if I maybe had a bunch of kids, wife and everything, I would go up to 500 or 600 because there's some beautiful houses here. And so just wanted to share that with you. Just caveat that in. And like I said before, just remember, if you have any questions, comments, leave those down below. And just remember this, I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.